you will realize that passports are mostly red, green, blue or black. Watch on to find out what the colors of the passport could mean and why Singapore passport is red and also blue. So, let's get it out there first. There's no official rule saying that countries can only choose one of the 4 colors when designing their passports. So for all we know, maybe one day when Yishun declares independence and becomes a sovereign nation, it will have a limited edition rose gold passport. But for now, most of the colors of passports around the world are of different shades derived from 4 main colors: red, green, blue and black. You see, countries can decide what color the passport is, so it's not like the UN set a series of colors for nations to select lah. So for a start, we have to, of course, look at the red passport that Singaporeans and Malaysians hold. Interestingly, red passport are the second most common passport color globally. According to the interactive passport database Passport Index, there are 67 passports that are red in color. This includes, of course, Singapore, Malaysia, China, Russia, Finland, and so many more lah. So, what does a red passport mean? There's no straightforward answer for what the color of a certain passport means. After all, remember, passport colors are merely just what the countries select, but people have observed trends and patterns in passports of different colors. For example, many passports for countries in the EU tend to be red. Some people also say that passports, which are burgundy red, take their color due to a past communist history at Russia, China, Romania, so on and on. Therefore, generally, for red passports, it's usually tied to history and heritage lah. Later I'll talk more about the Singapore passport, but let's move on to the next color first. Another passport color you might have seen are green passports. There are about 40 passports in the world that are green according to Passport Index. This includes Morocco, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and more. Just like red passport, there's no clear rule for what green passport mean, but people have also observed certain patterns in countries which tend to adopt green passports. For example, green passports are usually said to have religious significance, such as in Muslim countries. Countries like Morocco, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia use passports of different shades of green. It is said that most Islamic states use green passports because of the color's importance in their religion. And now, let's move on to my favorite color. Next, blue passports. Blue passports are nice because I'm blue. Here's something interesting. This is the most common passport color in the world, with there being 84 blue passports according to Passport Index. For example, passports from Australia, Canada, the US and more are blue in color. By now, you should already get the drill. No clear reason for the color choice, but people have observed trends. But what's the observation for blue passports? Well, blue passports are said to be symbolic for countries in North America, South America and Oceania. In case you were sleeping in geography class in school, North America is where Canada and the US are. South America is where Argentina, Brazil, etc. are. And Oceania is little closer to us, is where Australia is. Countries from CARICOM, which is the Caribbean Committee and Common Market, are said to use blue passport, likely for geographical or political reasons. Basically, if you think about it, blue passports are based more on geographical location instead of history or religion. Today's sponsor is Best Minds Academy. Want your kids to ace their science exams? Best Minds Academy offers science tuition for P5, P6 and Set 1 students, taught by a former PSLE science marker. You also receive exam tips and insights you will not find in textbooks. Yeah, secret sauce leh. Scan the QR code or click on the link in the description to learn more. Now, back to the video. The final color you will see in passports is black, and it's the rarest passport color. According to Passport Index, there are only 7 countries in the world which are black. They are Angola, Congo, Malawi, New Zealand, the Palestinian territories, Tajikistan, and finally Trinidad and Tobago. For example, New Zealand adopts the black color passport because black is a color of national significance. As for other countries, once again, no clear reason lah. Maybe you won't get dirty that easily lah. So basically, if you want a recap, it's this. Red passports are likely due to history and heritage. Green passports are likely due to faith and religion. Blue passports are likely due to its location. And black passport is just a cool and rare lah. You know, like Mewtwo. So, why is Singapore's passport red then? What's the history and heritage behind it? Here's the thing, what we understand is that there is no official, publicly stated reason that we can point to explain why Singapore's passport is red. So the answer to this is similar to what your girlfriend will say when you ask her what to eat in Jurong Point.
I don't know.
But I'm sure you can guess why lah. I mean, let's take Indonesia's reason as an example. If you didn't already know, back in 2024, Indonesia unveiled a new passport design. Instead of the original turquoise passport cover, the new passport design featured a red cover. Indonesia's then Minister of Law and Human Rights shared that the red and white colors on Indonesia's new passport cover are a symbol of the Indonesian flag. Well, while we cannot confirm about Singapore's color, that should give you a clue on why Singapore chose red as its passport color. I mean, just look at us every National Day. It's a whole sea of red. You can likely directly tell that the color red does hold national significance here. After all, red is on our national flag. And if you pay attention in primary school social studies, you know that the color red on the flag symbolizes universal brotherhood and equality of man. So yeah, important color ends up on an important document. And that could very well be the reason why Singapore chose a red passport, since it's part of our history and heritage. But do you know that we once had a blue passport? You see, after our separation from Malaysia in 1965, many Singaporeans still travel to Malaysia due to our close ties. So to facilitate that, the Singapore restricted passport was also issued from 1st July 1967, which can only be used to travel to West Malaysia. People had to apply for them as it was not issued to everyone. However, that ended from 1st January 2000 due to the lack of demand. What's interesting is that Malaysia also had a restricted passport that could only be used to travel to Singapore, and it was blue too. The use of that passport ended from 1st July 2006. Yeah, to think that now we are using QR codes instead. Although by right you still need to bring your passport along. Anyways, if you want to leave Singapore without having to use your passport, watch this video as we will list out the various islands around Singapore you can visit you likely did not know of. Also, follow me on Instagram if you have not done so, as we publish exclusive short videos there. Link in description. And if you want to advertise with us, even as a standalone video, do contact us. Thank you for spending 6 minutes with me. I really appreciate it and hope you learned something.